This is a G protein receptor system. A ligand or a signal protein binds with the G receptor on the plasma membrane. This then activates the inactive G protein, which has GDP. Once activated, the GDP is displaced by GTP and forms an active G protein. This activated G protein diffuses along the plasma membrane towards an enzyme. This enzyme, in this case adenyl cyclase, is activated by the G protein. This activated adenyl cyclase uses ATP to create CAMP, a second messenger. CAMP thus starts a phosphorylation cascade in which it binds to a protein kinase, which is an enzyme, and activates it. This activated protein kinase transfers a phosphate from ATP to another enzyme. This makes the ATP into ADP. Once activated, this enzyme also uses ATP and transfers a phosphate from it, making it into ADP and activating the other enzyme. This phosphorylation cascade can occur several more times. In this case, the activated enzyme then uses ATP to transfer a phosphate to a signal protein inside the cell. Once activated, this signal protein travels through the cell in the cytoplasm to the ER. Once the signal protein reaches the endoplasmic reticulum, it binds onto the ion channel receptor, where it then opens up the channel and releases the calcium ions into the cytoplasm.
The tyrosine-kinase receptor system triggers multiple transduction pathways at once. The signal protein binds to the tyrosine-kinase receptor. ATP comes in to drop off 6 phosphates that attach to the tyrosine. The ATP leaves as ADP with only 2 phosphates attached. Inactive relay proteins become active as they take the phosphates off the tyrosine. This sends 6 relay proteins into the transduction pathway to send multiple responses. These activated proteins use ATP to throw phosphates onto other proteins. This creates phosphorylation. Once a specific enzyme is activated, it sends a signal to the ER to open the ion channel and release the calcium ions. In cholera, the signal protein binds to the receptor on small intestinal cell membranes. This activates the G protein. A bacterium called Vibrio chloride produces a toxin that enters the cell and makes G protein constantly active with GTP. The adenyl cyclase is then always active and produces too much CAMP from ATP. The excessive amount of CAMP all activate enzymes to open ion channels that release large amounts of fluid, leading to fatal dehydration. Symptoms of this disease include diarrhea, dehydration, and abdominal pain. The treatment for cholera is lots of fluids, rehydration, and antibiotics.